folks, good afternoon. Welcome to Maverick Baking and welcome to another What I Ate This Week for Breakfast. What I eat for breakfast in a week, 7 days of breakfast being filmed. Whatever you want to call it, it's one of those because you guys seem to really enjoy these and I really enjoy making them for you. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and here at Maverick Baking we share recipes, food challenges, foodie vlogs like this one and all kinds of other edible content. So if you haven't already, do consider tapping that subscribe button. I even published a whole breakfast recipe ebook if you guys would like to check it out. It is always linked in the description box below. But let's talk about this week. We've had a bit of a mix of everything. I had some early mornings traveling into Venice for various things. We had some kind of lazier mornings at home or some stuff that we were working on later in the day, so we had more time to cook or just to stuff our cheeks for breakfast. A little bit of everything this week. I hope you guys enjoy it and yeah, let's get into it. We began the week with some cereal. This is a cereal that I've showed in some of my What I Eat in a Day videos before. It makes me laugh every single time I buy it because it's called Cruisely. And, you know, it really has nothing to do with muesli. I'm guessing this is supposed to be crunchy muesli. It's granola. We've been over this before. It's either granola or it's just cereal that has oats and chocolate in it. But anyway, it's good and it's usually quite affordable. So I bunged some soy milk on top of that and also sliced up a little bit of banana, making a bowl for both myself and Francesco because we had a very rare morning off together at the moment. And that was it. Simple, obviously not much prep on my part, but very happily enjoyed while devouring some YouTube videos at the same time, followed by a strong little coffee afterwards. On day 2, we were feeling a little bit more fancy and I enjoyed, well, cheeky banana as always. It's part of the package, followed by some homemade tres leches cake. If you've seen the latest Desserts of the World episode, you'll know that we featured Mexico and this iconic Mexican 3 milk cake. It's soft, it's fluffy, it's rich, but it's not too sweet. And I poured over a little bit of the extra cake soak and it was absolutely fabulous. Day 3, I headed into Venice really, really early in the morning. As you can see by this fabulous lighting. I headed in on the train and didn't really fancy waking up any earlier before sunrise to make myself coffee and something to eat. So I decided to treat myself to the true Italian experience. And while walking through the wangly little streets of Venice, got myself one of my favourite things that exists on planet Earth, and that is a pistachio cream stuffed pastry with a cappuccino. Utter joy. Day 4 was a little bit of a lazy one, I'll admit. I was very tired. The hair, the skin, everything will tell that for you. So I had a couple of swigs of this kefir, which I've been loving lately. It's, you know, pretty decent for the body, but honestly, the fact it's just on orange, ginger, and cinnamon flavored makes me think of Christmas. It's just really tasty stuff. I had that as always, as ever, with a cheeky banana before heating up a mocha pot, all for myself because it was very much needed, and grabbing a bag of these weird kind of granola cookie things that have different kinds of grains and dark chocolate in them. They're fine. They're not my favorite. I bought them thinking that they were better than they were. Like I remembered them being tastier, but I had probably 6, 7, or 8 of these just snacking on them while I watched some TV and just a casual one. Day 5, instead, we had a wholesome bowl of porridge, just a kind of classic oat milk and vanilla porridge, which I topped with some of this stunning Novi chocolate hazelnut cream. It's so much better than Nutella if you ask me. Added half a mashed banana into the pan, waiting to add the other half sliced on top with a big, generous and delicious dollop of this lovely stuff. It's so much more kind of hazelnutty and creamy than Nutella and less sweet. I can't emphasize how much I love this stuff. And to add a little bit of kind of saltiness or savouriness, I thought about just adding a pinch of salt before remembering we had these amazing roasted salted cashews, and they added just that lovely kind of balance, a little bit of saltiness and also a little bit of crunch to the whole thing. Really, really delicious combination. Day 6, I found myself yet again in the strong grip of a pistachio pastry thanks to another very early morning in Venice. It was a beautiful morning and a lot more people around, but again, I couldn't stay away even from the same pasticceria from a cappuccino and a pistachio pastry. I love them. to me, there is no superior option. Day 7 was back to porridge in a slightly different and slightly more luxurious form. This was a kind of banana and cinnamon porridge on this lovely clear sky day. As you could see, I was in need of the energy. I had a little bit of a stuffy nose. It was not a great start. So I wanted something big and generous and filling and cozy. So that's what I did. This one instead, as I said, made with oat milk, little pinch of salt. While those oats were heating up, I added a couple of dustings of cinnamon, stirring it and cooking it gently because I had lots of time that morning. Adding half of a mashed banana, as I always do. It just adds a little bit of extra kind of creaminess, and it adds some sweetness without having to use sugar or anything else. And oh, I threw some raisins in as well because I like the texture as they kind of soak up the milk, and they add a little kind of autumnal flavour to the whole thing, which is nice. And afterwards, I decided to dollop on a big old blob of this lovely peanut butter. It's the super kind of runny kind, and it's the best one I've tried so far here from an Italian brand, though UK peanut butter is superior, I have to say. I have to remain patriotic on that front, before adding some sliced banana. And I remember that I had some leftover dark chocolate from some recipe testing, so I threw in a couple of big chunks before throwing on some more escapee raisins and a little pinch of salt, just as I said before, for a little bit of balance. And that was it. This one was so good, filling, wholesome, cozy, just the best balance of flavors and textures. I really enjoyed this one. And of course, followed it with a coffee in the Bikini Girl mug. So that is it for the breakfast I ate this week. Everything from home-cooked, wholesome, nutritious, porridge, to the most stunning, sumptuous pistachio croissants, which honestly, if I could and could afford to, I would eat every single day. As always, if you guys enjoyed this one, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you have had recently, what you've been loving eating first thing in the morning. I love to change it up, so any inspiration you can leave me, any I can leave you, let's share the breakfast love. But I'm afraid that is all I have time for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching and for all the love as usual. I hope you're having a peaceful day, and I'll see you for the next one.